Think of this, how much time do you spend on social media? It's a staggering amount, isn't it? The average person, it's estimated, spends around 2 hours a day immersed in the digital world of likes, shares, and follows. Now imagine a person, let's call him John, who was heavily engrossed in this web. John was no different from many of us, following influencers, living vicariously through their daily vlogs, their holiday snaps, their product endorsements. He was drawn into a world that seemed glamorous, aspirational, a world that promised him everything he thought he wanted. But let's pause for a moment. What if all this time that John, and indeed all of us, spend scrolling, clicking, liking, could be redirected? Consider this. What if all that time could be spent elsewhere on something more productive, more fulfilling? Meet John. John was one such individual, lost in the maze of social media, until one day he decided to take control. Like millions out there, John was ensnared in the web of social media, his eyes constantly glued to the screen, his mind perpetually engaged with content that did nothing to enrich his life. Until one day he decided to break free from this self-imposed prison. John began to gradually reduce his social media usage. It was a struggle at first. He battled withdrawal symptoms, the phantom vibrations of his phone, the urge to mindlessly scroll through his feed. But he knew he had to stay committed to his resolution. He replaced his screen time with walks in the forest. The tranquility of nature, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, these became his new distractions. He found solace in the beauty of the world around him, a world he had ignored for far too long. John also started lending a hand to his family. He found satisfaction in helping his father in the garage, cooking meals with his mother, or simply playing with his younger siblings. The joy of spending quality time with his loved ones far outweighed the fleeting pleasure he derived from social media. He then ventured onto the path of self-improvement. John started reading books, listening to educational podcasts, and even found a side hustle. He began to learn new skills, embarked on a journey of self-discovery, and realized that he had much more potential than he had ever given himself credit for. And soon John began to see changes. He was happier, more content, and more focused. His relationships improved, his mind was clearer, and he had a sense of purpose. He was no longer a passive consumer of content, but an active participant in his own life. John's transformation was not a mere change of habits. It was a paradigm shift. He was no longer a slave to social media, no longer a puppet in the hands of influencers. He had become his own master, an influencer in his own right, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys of transformation. John is no longer a slave of influencers, he's become an influencer in his own right. John realized that true happiness was not in the virtual world, but in the real one. His eyes were open to the beauty of the world around him. He began to see the wonders of nature, the rustling of leaves, the chorus of birds, the dance of raindrops on a window pane. He found solace not in the flickering screen of his phone, but in the soft glow of a setting sun. He cherished the silence, the peace, the simplicity of it all. Instead of chasing the latest trends and the fleeting approval of strangers online, he sought out the timeless wisdom of the earth. He found strength in the stillness of the forest, wisdom in the rhythm of the ocean waves, and contentment in the simplicity of a life lived in harmony with nature. This shift from the chaos and complexity of modernity to the peace and simplicity of nature brought a profound sense of tranquility to his life. He felt a newfound contentment, a deep-seated joy that he had never experienced before. In the words of John, embrace nature, reject modernity. So what's stopping you from embarking on your own journey of transformation? We've explored the entangling web of social media and how it often pulls us away from our true selves, from our potential, from the core of who we are. We've discussed the transformation journey, a path that's not always easy, but one that brings unparalleled rewards. We've seen the power that lies in embracing nature, stepping away from modern distractions, and seeking solace in the raw beauty that surrounds us. We've understood the importance of reducing screen time, of disconnecting to reconnect with ourselves and our surroundings. And now, it's time for you to take action, to make the conscious decision to break free from the chains of social media and to navigate your own path. Start a side hustle, lend a hand to your family, or simply take a walk in the woods. Remember, you are the master of your life. Don't let social media control it. Take the first step today.